Okay, hello and welcome to the fourth podcast.
Yeah, it's just fourth.
We should really come up with a title at some point.
Alright. S-Rank Entertainment, fourth podcast.
Untitled podcast, number 4.
And this is the San Diego Comic-Con edition.
July 25th, I guess it is, at least in my part of the country. Still for the next 7 minutes anyway.
Yeah. July 26th here. Yeah, anyway, we have a lot to talk about tonight.
Yeah, so should we get straight into it?
Alright, so we have a lot to discuss.
Okay,
and
first we're going to discuss some old business, the Smash Brothers.
Yeah, because they had a Smash Brothers tournament earlier today.
And our very own L. Holland ended up winning it all.
L. Holland has won the tournament.
It's not Dari. It's some guy named Larry Holland. So.
Yeah, it's just L. Holland is a coincidence.
L. Holland was a coincidence. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's name is L. Holland and he's doing really good.
No, wait, that's a little too obvious. LeBaron H.
and he won with Bowser.
Yeah, Bowser is broken, man.
It's like, forget Fox. Bowser is the one that's taking over.
But more like forget Zero Suit Samus.
Yeah, but the reason I said forget Fox is because of the whole no items Fox only bullcrap.
They're still gonna do that.
Yeah, but replace him with Bowser. Anyway, so Bowser won. He's like the top. It seems like he's the top tier out of all the characters.
Yeah, I really think they're gonna nerf him because of this whole thing.
If they're gonna nerf him, don't nerf him too much. At least nerf him to the point where he's still good and he could be able to hang with everyone else, but not overpowered like the way he is.
I don't think they're going to nerf him all the way. So what does everyone else think about that? About the whole Bowser is God thing?
I don't know. I mean, I never really cared for Bowser, so I mean, I never really followed any tier list in fighting games anyways. You know, like, oh, this character is the best.
That's true.
Character. I just pick who I want to play as. I mean, am I the only one in the world who plays characters because I like the character?
Well,
not
I usually play them because I like how they play more than anything. But usually those don't end up being the best characters.
Mm. Well, it was always fun to, like, kick people's butt and dog stalkers with Felicia, or beat her, play as her in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, even though she was, like, supposedly low tier in Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Everyone was low tier in fucking Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
But, you know, you could win with her.
You could win with anyone in that game. It just sort of depends.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But I don't think the tier list in anything really matters, but that's just me.
Let's see, so since we're still talking...
Oh, and also a lot of people were using Luigi in that tournament.
Who else was used? Like, 'cause I haven't got to watch it.
I saw Zero Suit Samus. I saw a lot of Toon Links. Let's see here now. Who else was there? Marth showed up quite a bit, didn't he? That's all I really remember. I wasn't watching the entire thing. I was kind of busy today, but
yeah. But I'll watch it tomorrow to see exactly how it went down. But what state did they show off any new stages they haven't talked about, or they're all the same ones?
Well, they revealed Lost Levels.
Wait, really?
Wait, seriously?
I think so. I read about it.
What is that?
It's a stage based on Lost Levels. Like, it has air bloopers attacking you in it.
Huh, I never saw that. Can I get do you have like a picture or a link or something?
See, I mean, I didn't actually see it, but everyone was talking about it. I don't think it was just a meme.
Let me check that out. Lost Levels, Smash Brothers 4.
Actually, I was just hope that Link is a little decent in this. Regular Link.
I don't see anything about it, but I guess it could be.
Well, if regular Link can hold his own in this game, at least well enough, we'll see. But I know for a fact that people are still going to choose Toon Link over Link, even if Link is actually better this time around.
Oh, I see what it was. It wasn't actually from the game. For some reason, they started playing the actual Lost Levels during the stream.
Oh, wow, that's weird. Okay.
Who would
Although-
play that game?
Probably people who just think that they're that good. But whatever. But other than that, so all the stages that were in the demo version of the 3DS Smash are pretty much the same ones for this one. Because like if that's the case, then because I kind of thought that they had like another build where it had like a couple more characters and a few more stages, and that's
not to
it.
my knowledge.
So
I mean,
it's
we
the same
did.
one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did also see Sheik a couple of times, which is always pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that they nerfed some aspects of Zelda, and Sheik got a lot of buffs. Because Sheik in Brawl wasn't really that great. She was great in Melee, but if she's great in this, then back to using Sheik for me.
I don't know about
I'm gonna use Zelda regardless.
Yeah. But this time, you don't get to switch, which I guess it just depends on how you want it.
I just like Zelda, period, so it works.
That's okay.
Let's see. I'm just hoping that the final version of Super Smash Bros. For 3DS makes it, and Wii U for that matter, makes it so that you could just use anyone and still do really well, no matter what.
Right, and there was also apparently a supposed leak about the games. Apparently, Smash Brothers 3DS showed up on Nintendo eShop in the under the Wario section. So I wonder what that means.
Yeah. Well,
Wario's in the game basically. Like he was not going to be getting cut.
I know, but still, it's just kind of funny.
I mean, we know he's a shoe-in, but I'm really thinking that this time because in Brawl, Wario was wearing the WarioWare costume as the default, and the classic one was the alternate. I'm thinking in this game it's going to be the other way around.
I don't know. I think that WarioWare Wario is still probably the most prevalent, form of him these days.
I think the only reason that they probably might still keep the WarioWare Wario look as the default is because Game & Wario.
Well, that and also the fact that he's got more moves from Wario.
Yeah. Although, it's like, at first I debated on whether or not he should keep his Final Smash, but at the end of the day, I think maybe he should. Because the way it works is actually pretty funny. Like, where he was, wait, what did they call it? Like, Super
Wario.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's from the Master of Disguise game, and I heard that game was really mediocre.
Wait, I thought it was from WarioWare.
No, it was from the Master of Disguise.
Like his Final Smash and Brawl.
Yeah.
Super Wario.
Huh.
Are you trying to look that up just to make sure? Because if you aren't, then I will. Let's see here now. Let me just say Super Wario Master.
Yeah, it says first Smashpedia says it's from the WarioWare games. It's Wario Man.
Huh. Okay.
Because I know he had a costume in Master of Disguise.
Sparky Wario, and it looks a little more conventional.
Because they kind of looked a little similar to me. That's why I confused that. So, but Wario Man, like they need to keep that costume in Brawl as like the Final Smash.
I'm kind of disappointed that this game was apparently bad because it actually looks pretty interesting.
It had some problems. It's just like it was a concept that nothing really used. It was a platformer where you could move the character normally, but you could also use the stylus to interact with the screen, and that was just a great concept that never got used.
Yeah.
Isn't that sort of what they did in like Super Mario Brothers 3D or Super Mario 3D World? Like you could sort of like touch the screen and do stuff with it.
Well, you can only do that in a couple levels. It's like you could do.
Well, no, I mean couldn't you just like touch the enemies to stun them or like reveal hidden blocks or something?
Yeah, you could, but it's like in Master of Disguise, the game was designed around that. Like you had to do that, and it was permanent. You only use the D-pad with It's like your other hand was meant to always be using the stylus.
Oh, I see.
One last thing about Smash Brothers before we move on. Like, I'm honestly thinking that if they're not gonna reveal Wario or anyone else tomorrow, that they're probably gonna save any other reveals next month.
I don't know. I see them doing like maybe 2 or 3 veterans this month.
Yeah, if they do any veterans that's not Wario, we'll see what happens there. Because there's about like maybe 5 other characters from Brawl.
And the game is coming out soon in Japan. It's September.
They should probably hurry up on the rest of their reveals then.
Yeah.
But the menu looks amazing though.
The menu's fine. What I noticed,
Sakurai.
What I noticed in Brawl, that they revealed all the characters probably 2 months before the release day.
Yeah, they were because the Japanese version of Brawl came out in January of 2008, while the North American one was in March of 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah, so since they're getting it in September for 3DS, and we're getting it in like about 2 or 3 weeks afterwards in October, like we'll see how many characters they'll reveal. So that's basically it for Smash Brothers.
Okay, I guess the next thing we should just like get video games out of the way so we can move on to something else.
We do have one last thing about video games. That's Tekken 7.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get that out of the way, and then we can move on to our other topic. So Tekken 7, we got a much bigger trailer this time around.
Lars is confirmed.
Lars is confirmed, unfortunately, but aside from that, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, but I
mean, apparently Mama Kazuya, and that's what I'm calling her. I don't care what her name is. I think it's like Kazumi or Kazu something. Kazuki, maybe? I think it was Kazuki. I don't care what her name is. I'm calling her Mama Kazuya. Apparently, Mama Kazuya is the origin point of the Devil Gene, which doesn't actually make any sense because Jinpachi had the Devil Gene as well. So, could Jinpachi have been Kazuki's mama? Or Kazuki's dad? I don't know. Who knows?
Probably, I don't know. Does it really say that Jinpachi is the father of Heihachi?
Well, they kind of implied it. I think he was Jinpachi Mishima.
Yeah.
And he was also apparently the founder of the Mishima Zaibatsu. So that kind of like goes in that direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it would have made more sense if.
I guess what you could possibly say is maybe they adopted Heihachi into their family as sort of something or other.
What I was about to say is that maybe Jinpachi hates Heihachi for marrying his daughter, which would have made a little bit more sense.
That could have made sense. But the odd part about it is that Jinpachi was actually like a good guy, apparently. Until he went insane with all the Devil Gene power and whatnot.
Yeah. That's true.
I mean, they did say that this game is going to be the conclusion of the
Mishima saga.
Yeah, so if that's the conclusion, because at first it seemed like it would have been the final game of the series, but I knew for a fact that it definitely wouldn't be. That I knew for a fact that it just had to end at the Mishima saga. So finally over, hopefully. Can't wait to see how it's going to end.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not so hyped about it since, we haven't seen any actual gameplay yet.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Syke, but I was going to say I'm hoping it plays more like Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Yeah, I love that game.
Yeah, but go ahead, Syke.
Well, on just related news to Tekken, Katsuhiro Harada said that Tekken Cross Street Fighter is not canceled.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Dari got really excited for that.
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny.
I mean, I
I
wouldn't
don't
jump
want
the
to
gun
rain on
yet.
his parade. I mean,
It feels like the Duke Nukem Forever thing at this point.
Well, I wouldn't go quite that far. I mean,
yeah.
it's certainly no Half-Life 3, but, it's like, I don't think anyone cares anymore because Street Fighter Cross Tekken didn't exactly do so well. And every time I say that to Dari just, freaks the fuck. He gets really angry whenever I point out that it didn't do so well. It's like, no, well, even Ice Pick apparently hates it now. It's like, that's not what I'm saying. Ice Pick hates it. Ice Pick hates it.
So basically, does that mean that it's the fighting game version of Last Guardian in a sense, where...
The Last Guardian was a video game, wasn't it?
It's not even, like...
Wasn't that the Team Ico game?
The Last Guardian most likely would have been a puzzle platformer. That's what Ico and Shadow of the Colossus were. But yeah, it's despite what.
And you also had to deal with some kind of creepy dog dragon or whatever.
But it's not. But the thing is that what I'm saying is that has we haven't heard from that in 2000 since 2009. Other than they say, oh, it's still being in the works.
Yeah, it's not canceled. It's not canceled.
Oh, it definitely is canceled. They're just delaying the inevitable.
No, I mean, they're saying it's not canceled. It's not canceled.
I know that. I'm just saying.
It's just a little airborne. It's not canceled.
It's gone, I know.
And then it's funny that Dari is hype over from a not so strong fact. We haven't even got any details from other than it's not canceled, and Dari's really excited for some reason.
Yeah,
we did see we did see what was apparently they were using I think it was Paul's model to make Ryu or something.
Yeah, it was Paul's, and uses Gi just to make it look like Ryu's.
And apparently they're basing it on the God, what is it? The Third Strike design.
I guess.
I mean, that's what I've seen at least.
Alright, so I guess moving on to the final thing, video game related, we'll talk about, which is the Hyrule Warriors trailer.
Oh yeah, of course. How could I forget?
Yep. Yeah. I have no claim on any characters. Yeah, I did call for Midna when she was first revealed. I still wants Groose. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got Sheik, we got Darunia, and we got Ruto.
Yeah, I guess if Groose doesn't make it, I guess I'll play as Ruto, but that won't be until a little while after the game comes out. I won't pick it up day one without Groose.
Oh, brother.
Come on, I love Groose. Groose is the greatest. He's so fucking awesome.
I'm gonna play Zelda or Sheik, but I don't have a Wii U, so.
I mean, I tried to show Neko why I love Groose, but he just won't accept the love of Groose into his heart.
He's a freaking bully. The only thing that makes me interested in the character is what Ki says he builds character.
He does build character. He actually grows up quite a bit.
Video, that didn't help your case.
Well, that was you mean Groose?
Give me your lunch money.
Yeah,
exactly.
That wasn't a
if
fan.
you want to, sorry, Ki, go ahead.
I mean, that wasn't really a fan tribute. That's just by someone who makes really random and deranged shorts about various things.
I mean, he's the guy who made the Blonic shorts. Do you think that Blonic defines the Sonic series?
I know, and it's not that 100% funny. I found some of it funny, but like I said, you want me to like Groose, you gotta show me something better than that.
Well, you're gonna have to actually play Skyward Sword to figure out what happens.
When you get the Wii U and you buy Wii games, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, if no one cares about spoilers, I could sum it up quickly.
All right, go for it.
Actually, you have to play the game and go through it just to get his charm.
Yeah, I guess he
does
right.
grow.
He does have to grow on you. If you just tell him what happens, he's not going to care.
Yeah,
so I probably have to play it.
Yeah, you have to play it for yourself. Anyway, so
you got to see it to believe it.
So there's really nothing else to say other than we're excited for these characters for Hyrule Warriors.
I just hope there's more. I mean, how many characters have been confirmed? I mean, it's playable so far. I'm not including the.
Let's see here now. Link, Zelda, Sheik, Ruto, Darunia.
Well, the only character I'm looking for,
Impa,
Fee, Midna, Agatha. That's and Lena. So that's like 9.
Well,
Lena.
That's 9 to 10.
The one character I'm hoping for is Skull Kid from Majora's Mask, but that might not happen.
I think he'd probably be a boss.
Well,
I know, but the thing is, a Skull Kid is a regular person. The mask would be the boss.
It's like I think that's not going to happen because they said that unless it was taken out of context. I read somewhere where someone said that one of the guys who work on the game said that Ocarina of Time is like the last of the games that they're putting in because they already have Skyward Sword represented and they got Twilight Princess, and Ocarina of Time is like the last one.
Skull Kid was in Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess.
Oh yeah, so that's still possible, but
also Midna didn't show up in anything else, and she's in the game.
Well, she's Twilight Princess.
No, it's confirmed that the Skull Kid from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask is the same Skull Kid in Twilight Princess.
Oh,
it's already confirmed.
Yeah, but let's see. The only other thing I could think of, because I know a lot of people would want like the older ones, like A Link to the Past characters, like for instance the pig Ganon from that. But I guess that's not going to happen unless they decide to just at the last minute make a cameo. But I mean, who knows what's going to happen?
What Link to the Past characters? What characters from the first timeline would be included in Hyrule Warriors?
That's a tough one. I'd kind of want Ravio in there.
Yeah, Ravio.
They could use Ralph would fit, although I'm not sure how many people remember him.
Who's Ralph?
He was in Oracle of Ages. He was he was like just a supporting character who didn't really do much, but he was capable of fighting. He was like one of those characters who thinks they're the hero but isn't. Like he wasn't he wasn't portrayed negatively, but you never saw him do much, but it was implied he could fight to some extent.
Oh, well, actually that'd be interesting.
I have a joke answer. What about the kid you get the flute from?
It'll be no weirder than Agatha, right?
Or what about what about Marin or Tarin from Link's Awakening?
I want Marin like with seagull wings and summoning island stuff.
Maybe Aghanim.
Oh, Aghanim.
I guess he could
be a boss.
Yeah, he could be a boss probably.
Yeah.
Although, wasn't he Ganon's alter ego?
For some reason, that I'm still not clear on how that works.
Yeah,
well, it's basically, he is Ganon, he was always Ganon, it's a plot twist in the game, so there are some things earlier that imply he isn't Ganon, but you find out at the end of A Link to the Past that he was Ganon all along.
Oh, okay. I never really got that, though.
They just wanted to throw everyone off, and I thought they did a good job at that, but...
Well, I didn't figure it out, so yeah, they did a pretty good job of, making sure that people didn't guess it.
So is that one guy who's the sword and a Skyward Sword?
No, that's the boss. He's just a boss, but it is possible that some of the bosses could be playable. I mean, just the way that they focused on both Girahim and Zant in the trailers, sort of. Well, actually, Zant's super fucking huge, isn't he?
Yeah, he does turn huge at one point, but he's not. But he's not naturally.
I only saw him huge in the trailer. That's why I'm asking.
In Twilight Princess, he's normally normal size. When you fight him, he imitates some previous bosses, and he becomes gigantic for one segment just to copy a boss that was large. And other than that, he's normal sized. He does plenty of fighting when he's normal sized.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so.
I like how Demise is back. I mean, he's not a playable character because all he does is just walk around and stuff. But
Oh, you mean the imprisoned?
The imprisoned,
Yeah,
the imprisoned.
Yeah, I would imagine Demised full form would be the final boss.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem. I wouldn't lose sleep over this, but it doesn't seem kind of right because Ganon is Demise's hate incarnate in he reincarnates himself as Ganondorf or Ganon.
Yeah.
So yeah, Vaati's a pretty good villain too.
Yeah, I'd like to see Vaati, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, Vaati would be nice. A lot of people apparently are asking for Tingle too.
Nope.
Oh,
Like he's almost as popular as Groose. It's like Groose is a pretty big fan base. I'm shocked.
No,
man.
I'm not. I'm laughing because you reminded me of Nick saying that Tingle would come in Super Smash Brothers.
Well, yeah, that's not gonna happen. But Hyrule Warriors, it could happen.
The only thing I can see Tingle being in Smash is a trophy.
Well, actually, he was an assist trophy in Brawl.
Yeah.
Well, Tingle can come back like the Great Fairy. Could be in the game like
Wasn't the Great Fairy like one of Link's moves that they revealed in that new trailer? That's the impression I got anyway.
Yeah. I don't think she was a weapon that Link used, but some kind of assist. Summon.
Yeah, I guess like a special move almost.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. Alright, so I think that's enough Zelda talk and rather video game talk in general.
Okay, yeah, let's prove to our audience that we know more than just video games. It's like I'm leaving now.
Let's talk about Marvel.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about the Marvel stuff. Let's start off with go ahead.
The game I play on Facebook, they're supposed to announce some stuff at Comic-Con for that game.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And also, yesterday we got another character from
Guardians
of the Galaxy.
Yeah, Groot.
Oh, well,
and
there you go
just
then.
buy him. So we're only missing one more.
Let's see. So who's left? Is it Drax or Star-Lord?
Character.
Star-Lord. Okay.
Yeah, he's the only character who hasn't been added yet.
Well, speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, it was actually confirmed today at Comic-Con that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is already planned, and James Gunn is directing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just good. It's good news because that means the first one is probably amazing. So. Yeah,
because Rotten Tomatoes has like a bunch of listings where all the reviews are really high.
Yeah, apparently it's 100% fresh right now, and it's already got 25 reviews.
Yeah. So that sounds really promising.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. I'm going to actually see that while I'm on vacation.
I'm even more hyped. I can't wait. And also, let's talk about Avengers 2.
So I just want to get this out of the way. In the track listing for the soundtrack of Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, the last track is called a Nova Upgrade. So whatever that means is really up to our imaginations. It could be the kid from Iron Man 3. I hope to God it is not.
I really don't think it's going to be him.
I don't think so. I mean, we don't know, but we'll see. But
it could be Buckley Jr.
It's just that that kid is confirmed to have signed a contract.
Yeah, that's true. That is accurate.
So we don't know what his role is in the future movies. Probably another Iron Man, but Loden has no sway over the movies. They did a panel on the TV side, which I don't much care about right now. But
of course,
I do want to give some of those shows a chance, but that's not really what I want to talk about right now. Oh, I do want to talk about is Avengers 2.
Avengers 2, Age of Ultron. We did actually get some looks at Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch and a little bit of a peek at Vision.
Yes.
Backside. Yeah.
I mean, Syke, actually, you were discussing earlier that you prefer the Days of Future Past design for Quicksilver over the Avengers one?
Because I don't know if Shell has seen the movie Days of Future Past.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you can tell why I liked Quicksilver, because he has a prominent scene in that movie.
Yeah.
And it just overshadows his whole design. And I
misunderstood. I haven't actually seen Days of Future Past. I thought that you meant that you thought the design in Avengers looked dumber than.
It's kind of silly because it's blue all over, and as opposed to Quicksilver.
It looks like it's kind of gray in a lot of places to me. Actually, the new one.
I mean, I'll give you a picture because it is blue.
Okay, let me take a look then.
Yeah, I'm not really going to go. I was just going to say real quick that I'm not really going to go into much about Days of Future Past, but I will say when you for those who haven't seen it, when you watch it, you'll definitely see what Psychus we're talking about. But go ahead, Neko.
Oh, I was just going to say I don't think I've seen the Scarlet Witch or Quicksilver yet, so I don't know what they look like. I think I missed that when you guys were talking about that, but I have seen what Quicksilver looks like, and I actually like the actor. He was in that American Horror Story series.
Wait, do you mean the one in the Avengers or the one in the X-Men movie?
The X-Men movie.
Oh, okay.
He played a psychopath. He was also in that stupid Sleepover movie too, but he played a goofball in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't seen what they look like, so if you can find a picture of Scarlet Witch, I would really like to see that.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch actually looks a lot more casual than you'd expect. She doesn't have, like, the traditional outfit.
Red. Yeah.
She doesn't have, like, the crown or whatever you'd call it.
Yeah.
And also, like, he looks okay. Oh, actually, I like this design. I've seen this picture in other places, like, you know, like when things get posted on Facebook.
Okay, I see what you mean by the blue there. But you see he's got a lot of gray there, too.
Yeah, that wasn't the picture I was looking at. I think I saw it before, but I'm gonna have to keep digging.
Yeah, I know. But, yeah, that's how both Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver look.
Yeah, it looks...
Yeah.
I like that they went with the more down-to-earth design because, let's be honest, Scarlet Witch's traditional design is kind of fucking stupid.
And Scarlet Witch is not even in the X-Men movie, is she?
No, she's not.
Not really. He has a little sister, but...
That makes no sense. I mean, did Magneto have another daughter, or is that little sister...
he actually had several other... Well, he had, like... Didn't he have, like, at least one other child, honestly.
Yeah,
because they're twins, right?
Well,
actually, yeah, Wanda and Pietro are twins, right?
Yeah, so...
Well, I'm not gonna say anything else.
Bacon actually says that Quicksilver's mom in the deleted scenes tells the little girl to play with her elder sister upstairs. So
yeah, so the elder sister.
So they don't show her; they just keep her locked away.
Well,
okay.
they didn't. That didn't even show up in the movie, so it's even worse than that.
Yeah, it's like they didn't even really acknowledge her. I mean, I kind of hate it that Marvel doesn't have the rights to the X-Men or Spider-Man, because then they have to like make them completely different but the same. Like, we have to have 2 Quicksilvers, 2 Scarlet Witches, 2 of this.
Well, yeah, I mean, in this one they can't be mutants, so I guess they're gonna be like...
Miracles.
Oh yeah, the Miracles, right.
Yeah.
Oh my... And then Spider-Man can't be in the Avengers,
unless Marvel comes up with a deal with Sony, which we don't know if they're going to do anything or not.
Oh, Bacon actually says that they're probably going to be called Inhumans. So,
God damn it!
Actually, that's pretty smart. That's smart. That's better than Miracles, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Is there any chance that Marvel gets their IP back from these people?
That's another topic.
Fox
for a different
and Sony are going to fight tooth and nail so that never happens.
Well, Sony actually does go bankrupt. Would Marvel be likely to get it back?
Probably. Do they get like first dibs on getting their shit back?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they would, but let's save that for another day. But
I'm still shocked that is it MGM that owns the rights to Namor, the Submariner?
Do they if they still own
someone's actually working on a movie, and the weird part is he's the only character they have. Namor
No,
the Submariner.
Universal.
Oh, it was Universal. Yeah, Universal only has the rights to Namor the Submariner. That is like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I don't know why.
Didn't they give the Hulk back to Marvel?
Yeah. Hulk
Even though I know that they distributed the Incredible Hulk.
Well, yeah, exactly. But Marvel owns the rights to Hulk again.
Because since we're still talking about all this, we should just get on with the future of the MCU.
Whoa, is that accurate?
It is a San Diego Comic-Con poster. Yeah.
This is. I kind of like the design here.
Yeah.
I don't think the Ant-Man movie has a chance of being all that good, but this right here is a good design. Maybe Ant-Man could be like the Hulk of Avengers 3. If that makes any sense to anyone.
Yeah, because I I felt that the Hulk. It's not terrible, but it's
probably the worst movie of Phase 1, but that doesn't make it a terrible movie.
No, I still think Iron Man 2 is worse. But I really think that
even I'm not gonna. It's like I'm not a big fan of Iron Man 2, but I'm not gonna even argue that.
All right, but let's but the future of the MCU, and yeah, Ant-Man is definitely going to be part of this. So, I'm still thinking that they're just going to try to sabotage this movie, but who knows? Maybe it might surprise us, but I doubt it.
They
we'll see what
already
happens.
sabotaged it.
What movie are we talking about now?
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh God, what they've done to that movie.
And it comes out after Avengers 2.
Let's see, whose theory was it again? Was it Sykes or was it yours, Shell?
Here it is. Found it.
Shell, why don't you? Shell, it was your theory, right?
Well, yeah, I was the one that discussed it here.
Why don't you discuss it for the people at home?
Okay, so, what was the name of the director that
was Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright, yeah, he at one point was going to work on Ant-Man, and then there was some sort of creative differences with the movie, with Marvel and him, so he left the project. So, the reason, and this is all a theory and speculation, so, Marvel wants to make this movie the first big box office bomb for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Well, not a bomb, but they just want it to be bad. And the reason that they want it to be bad is so that the expectations of all the fans would be low going into Avengers 3.
I mean, to be fair, oh, go ahead. No, finish up.
Because they don't want to get people too hyped up and be disappointed. Now go ahead and make your point, and then I'll continue.
Didn't the Hulk and Thor movies actually lose a little bit of money on their initial releases?
I mean, I don't think that they were bombs per se.
No, I just mean that they didn't make back their entire budget.
Hold on, let me see. Let me just check.
Well,
I don't know about Thor, but I think Hulk did.
I think it was Hulk. I think Thor broke even or a little bit past that. I'm not quite sure about that.
Thor just barely didn't make back its budget, but I think the Hulk did a little bit worse than that.
No. Yeah. Thor did really good. The budget was $150 million, but the box office when it got back was around 5 times.
Oh, maybe I'm just thinking of the American only thing, because I remember hearing somewhere that 2 of the Phase 1 movies failed to make back their entire budget, and I could have sworn that Thor was the other one.
I guess it must have been American only, but worldwide did really well.
Maybe. I could see that happening.
Yeah, but go ahead, K.I.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that the reason the Ant-Man movie is having all these problems is because I cursed it.
But anyway, so
I just want to say that I just want to backpedal back to Quicksilver. Is just that the scene in which Quicksilver takes place, where he's more prominent, the goggles make more sense. Because I know for Icepick it ruined it for him. The goggles, the goggles part.
The goggles.
But it just the scene justifies him having the goggles on. I don't know if you saw it too, Shell. I mean,
I did see it.
I don't think you'd be able to run at that speed and see clearly, you know?
I can understand that, but it's just I don't know. Like I said, he looks like Impulse to me, and that's not really anything that is a good look, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I really don't like Impulse, and I'm sure that only Psych knows who I'm talking about.
Well, let's
Yeah, I
see.
know.
So I will say this back to Ant-Man, that now this time I'm going to go into Edgar Wright's thing, that he wants to make Ant-Man somewhat of a decent film that people will at least enjoy.
Well, he wanted to make it a standalone film as well. That's supposedly the big reason why he left the project, was because he was originally going to just, make it its own thing, and, since the whole Avengers initiative works so well, Marvel don't want that.
Yeah, so that's why they're gonna do what they do. If it still turns out to be a good movie in spite of all this, then more power. But I'm having a lot of doubts right now.
Well, I don't know if I don't want it to take too much of a large part yet, because it's a new solo superhero movie that they're trying out, and it's a big risk if it takes part in the larger role of MCU. And I think Edgar Wright, which we adore. I mean, Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, The World's End.
I still need to see The World's End.
The World's End is an amazing movie, but Hot Fuzz is probably my favorite. It's probably one of the best comedies I've seen.
I've seen bits and pieces, but I did see Shaun of the Dead. But back to Ant-Man.
I just don't want it to take part. Not yet. It's too soon.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I think that they should definitely scale it back.
But it's I don't want to be optimistic or pessimistic. What is is there a word that's in between?
Ambivalent?
I guess maybe I'm ambivalent. So
I mean, I think that's right, isn't it?
Either way, I'm just gonna wait and see how this all plays out, and if it doesn't look good at all, then I'm just gonna not really be hyped. But so far, I will say I'm with you, Ice Pick, on the design. I really like how it looks.
Yeah, I like it too. Although I have to admit, it does look very reminiscent of Star-Lord.
Yeah. Let's see. So now we have other movies coming out in regards to the MCU. We got the Doctor Strange movie.
Maybe we should talk a little bit about that. Isn't it, how do you pronounce his name? Joaquin? Alright. Joaquin Phoenix apparently is rumored to be playing, Doctor Strange. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm sure he'll do fine. I mean,
he'll do fine, but again, I'm just gonna wait and see how that plays out. I'm not gonna jump the gun on that. So I hope that's gonna be a good movie too, but again, we'll see. Let's see, as far as other Phase 3 movies, didn't they say that there's gonna be a third Captain America movie?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, and also a third Thor movie. Those got confirmed long ago.
Yeah, I know that there's no plans for Iron Man 4 right now, and if there is...
Actually, I've heard the opposite. I've heard that, from what I've heard, Robert Downey Jr. recently confirmed that they are working on it, and he's going to be involved.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
I mean,
I didn't hear about that.
Can anyone confirm that? Should I look that up? I could probably look it up.
I don't know. A lot of reports indicate that Robert Downey Jr. is just gonna not do an Iron Man 4 yet.
I found what I was talking about. Apparently, Robert Downey Jr. was quoted as saying, "Why give up the belt?"
Oh, well, yeah, there were talks before about replacing him with another actor. I mean, even Kevin Feige said that. I mean, I don't know what to think of it, but if Robert Downey Jr. wants to stay on the role for another 8 years or so, then
he says that as long as they're willing to keep paying him, he's willing to keep doing it. And he is probably the cornerstone of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like it or not. He is the big money maker.
I mean, the ball's in his court right now because I know that it's like he wants to do it, but at the same time, the money has been good for him in regards to this. So
the executives listen to him, and I'm not surprised because he really seems to bring in the dough with a lot of his movie, with the movies he's involved in, especially Avengers. I mean, in Avengers, he was the highest paid actor in that movie.
Right.
More than the other cast members combined, probably.
Yeah.
And I don't think there is going to be an Iron Man 4 before the end of before Avengers 3, probably after Avengers 3, but
I guess for Phase 4.
I guess that's possible. I mean, they probably do have too much planned for I mean, they probably want to build up some new franchises in Phase 3, I'd imagine.
So Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is part of Phase 3, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess it would
we
be.
could confirm it. Yeah, I mean, we could speculate with reasonable intuition that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is within Phase 3.
I mean, the fact that they've announced it sort of implies that it's going to be Phase 3. I mean, I'd be surprised if they were already announcing a Phase 4 movie.
But what other movies that they confirmed for Phase 3 leading up towards the third Avengers? Like, we already talked about, like, a bunch of them, but are there any that we're missing?
Let's see. Ant-Man, Thor 3, Captain America 3, what else? Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Doctor Strange. Well, supposedly there are still those, like, very vague rumors that we might be seeing a Ms. Marvel movie. Or Captain Marvel? I don't know what they're gonna call her.
We'll see.
I heard a report that they're gonna combine new superhero movies with old superhero movies. Like, if there's a Doctor Strange movie in 1 year, they're gonna pair it up with a Captain America movie.
That would probably be a smart way to handle it, honestly.
Yeah, just to get those things up and running, with each after the credits scene, just to get them hyped for the next movie.
Yeah.
And stuff, and go. I really want to see a Black Panther movie. That'd be cool.
Me too. Oh yeah, that was
great.
another one. I'd love a Black Panther.
That would be great. I would literally watch that on day one.
That would be nice.
Some people have said that it would be kind of weird to call him Black Panther. Just like it would be kind of weird to advertise Captain America movie as Captain America: The First Avenger, because it's Captain America. They could have just called it The First Avenger, but I don't really care. And some people have said, why don't they just name the movie The Panther and don't call him I don't know.
Who would argue that? I'd give it a subtitle. I don't know. How about Black Panther: Pride of Wakanda?
That'd be
Some
cool.
shit like that. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, I mean, to the people watching, obviously we're just speculating, but who knows exactly what Marvel might be
I'd
doing?
totally love to see a Black Panther movie.
It's like a Black Panther movie would be great. But I'm trying to think of who. What if they make a Heroes for Hire movie?
Actually, isn't that going to be a Netflix thing?
Because I heard Iron Fist.
Iron Fist, Daredevil. Yeah,
Luke
Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, who's supposed to marry Luke Cage after many years.
I kind of hope that Misty Knight shows up on there.
Yeah, I want to watch those, and I actually do want to. Despite that it had a slow start, I actually want to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because people say it got really good at the end of it.
Yeah, it did, but I don't think it warrants.
I don't know. It's like I'm kind of angry that even the awesomeness of what they did in the Winter Soldier, and spoilers, but I'm not going to say them. But what they did in that, even that couldn't kill the show, and I'm kind of angry about that, to be honest with you.
It almost did destroy the group.
But then they came up with the shitty last minute blah 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 retcon.
Yeah, because they had. I'm not going to say anything else, but Nick Fury appears in the show. Samuel L. Jackson appears in the show, and offers. Well, I'm just going to type it out, and I just want to hear you guys' reactions. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to let us hear it?
I'm gonna type it right now.
Okay, let me.
All right. Let's see. Okay, now
Are
I
you
want to.
kidding me?
It's like even if
Are
it
you
is
kidding me?
even
That
if it
goes
sounds so
against
bad-
that ruins the ending of the movie. That
Yeah.
fucks up the whole point of the
I
movie.
think Captain America, I mean Steve, would be pretty mad at Nick to even do that.
Well, God, well, there you go. There's your way that they write out Captain America, like the rumors say. The whole, Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans. Wait, did I get their names right?
Yeah,
Chris
Chris
Hemsworth,
Hemsworth
yeah.
is
They're
Thor.
both named Chris? That's horrible. Anyway,
Yeah,
want to renegotiate their contract, so let's replace them with fucking Falcon and Girl.
All right,
Girl
let's see.
Thor.
Okay, let's go. Let's see if there's anything else in regards to the future of Marvel. Is that it?
It's just that, okay, back to what I was saying about the new Thor and the Falcon Captain America. I saw people on Gaff pleading, just like Port Beggars, like, they were pleading that this change also take place in the movies, which wouldn't make any sense. Yeah.
I mean,
it was worse than Port Begging.
tell me about that is awful. Why would you want them to fuck this up? Chris Hemsworth, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is definitely like the number one guy on the Marvel thing, but I'd say that Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans are probably tied for like 2 and 3, I'd say.
Yeah.
So they're both probably the number 2s on there. I'd say they're probably even more important than fucking Samuel L. Jackson, even though saying that will probably make Dari start crying.
And the sad part is that's actually true.
Yeah.
I mean, Samuel L. Jackson, they could probably afford because he only shows up for like 5 seconds a movie anyway.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for Marvel.
I just want to backtrack. If Misty Knight does show up, it'll probably be in the Iron Fist show, and there are already pictures of the Daredevil show filming, but just a few and far between. I'm really looking forward to it because I recently liked Daredevil. I've been reading his comic books. And it's probably the one show I'm looking forward to. Next up would be Iron Fist. Don't know about Luke Cage, and I wouldn't know anything about Jessica Jones. So, hopefully Daredevil gets to be a part of the larger MCU.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Oh, for sure.
All right. So the next thing, and this is going to be out of nowhere because this was actually not part of this whole thing originally, but I might as well talk about it. Adult Swim has confirmed the Mike Tyson Mysteries show.
Oh yeah, I was posting about that earlier. It's like I said that's a show that I would have come up with.
And I've heard, and it's like I'm watching the trailer right now as like we're talking about it, and I want to watch this show. It's like, just looking at it, I fucking want to watch this. I'm just gonna post a trailer for those who haven't seen it, so if you want to watch it on your own, then there's that.
I'll watch it later. But yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I think I'll watch it later myself.
Yeah, and speaking of Adult Swim / Cartoon Network shows are getting renewed, so Adventure Time, regular show,
Yay.
Clarence,
Yay.
Steven Universe,
Yay.
and Uncle Grandpa.
Good morning!
All 5 of those shows are going to get renewed.
Yeah, I'm not surprised about Clarence not getting canceled because it was already confirmed that the show would still go on without the creator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm wondering how they're going to get around that since, he literally voiced the main character.
They're probably
and
gonna
I'm
get a
kind of
replacement.
glad because I'm kind of glad he's gone. No offense to anybody who likes that guy, but I just could not. I like the show's premise. I liked the individual episodes.
Yeah,
that
you just hated his voice.
I just couldn't get around his voice. I mean, his voice was too deep and too weird. Maybe they'll get a better one. I'm not sure. Until then,
I do kind of hope that they
yeah.
keep the same sort of tone. I mean, he's clearly supposed to be, maybe not, like, mentally handicapped, but he's definitely not a smart, he's not a smart cookie.
Yeah, but as far as Cartoon Network is concerned, I really need to catch up on my Adventure Time and regular show, and I plan on doing that at some point. But there's also, Steven Universe, which you guys keep telling me that I really should watch.
Oh,
and
I love.
Steven Universe.
It's a good. It's like I hate the first 2 episodes I saw. I was like kind of bored, but I wasn't really paying attention. Then I rewatched them, and I'm like, I get it now.
Yeah, I remember.
I mean, maybe I have to watch it like twice or 3 times just to see if I can actually understand it. If I can understand it the second time, then I'm probably going to be hooked.
It's just that what I don't like about Steven Universe is the constant delays.
Oh yeah, that's what really sucks about it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got Ivy Tran working on it. I fucking love Ivy Tran.
And the episodes individually are solid.
Oh.
They don't falter at all. I haven't seen one least favorite episode of mine yet, or one I would say that it's bad.
I'd say that the pilot is probably the worst one, but that goes without saying.
I mean, yeah, I think they had different designs, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they did. And actually,
Yeah.
I thought Garnet looked like super weird in that one because she had like her hair down. It looked kind of weird. I kind of prefer the Afro style that she has now.
She did have her hair down. Yeah, that's right. And
Pearl was like a totally different color.
yeah,
yeah.
Pearl is my favorite gem.
I think Garnet's mine, actually. I like Garnet a lot. Sugalite, though, that was pretty messed up.
I was wondering when she would appear again in the rest of the episode. That I was like surprised that she would have to fight Pearl.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. She was voiced by Rihanna.
Oh. Rihanna's the voice of Sugalite?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, they did get a, Estelle. Estelle plays Garnet, so I guess it only makes sense that they get Rihanna to play, because they actually got a singer to play, Opal, didn't they?
I don't know.
I want to say they did.
I'm gonna see.
All
But
right.
Opal is, I want to see, I heard there was a rumor about them fusing,
all 3 of them together?
All 3 of them, yeah. All 3
That'd
of
be
them
interesting, but I'd really want to see, I'd kind of want to see the Pearl Garnet fusion before that, because I think that'd be interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
I want to see that because Garnet is a strong silent type,
Yeah,
and
Pearl's kind of like she's by the books, I guess, but
and agile and quick and sharp, and that combination is I want to see what that entails.
oh yeah, for sure. Plus,
Yeah.
I just thought that the other fusion designs look so interesting. I just want to see them all.
Yeah, and Amethyst is the rowdy one. Is like the really
which made Opal all the weirder because she wasn't really all that. She acted a lot more like Pearl than anything.
Guess the Pearl personality was the dominant one here.
Yeah, and whereas in Sugalite's case, Amethyst was clearly the
Dominant, yeah.
dominant one.
Yeah. Let's see. So I think that's it for Cartoon Network, and this next thing.
I guess we could also discuss that they. I guess we could just mention that they released a new trailer for that upcoming Adventure Time game.
Oh yeah.
Which Dari posted as like something great for Psych.
I just hope that it's really good. I still need to play Hey Ice King, Why'd You Steal Our Garbage, and I have not yet played Explore the Dungeon yet, even though I own it for Wii U.
I've heard that Explore the Dungeon isn't really that good.
Well, I'll let you know how it is. From my perspective, but I'll let you know how it is.
I mean, from what I heard about it, it sounded unappealing. It sounded like it was a roguelike take on the Gauntlet series, and that's about it.
Let's see. The next thing I want to talk about.
Well, let's talk about Transformers.
Yeah. What
did you want to talk about?
The Evil Dead series.
Okay, let's do that then. Well, we can
Because
talk
I
about
wanted-
Transformers next.
Evil Dead was something I really went fuck yeah for that.
Yeah, that's and fucking Bruce Campbell's involved, so yeah, definitely. You actually told me earlier something that I didn't know. Diablo Cody worked on the Evil Dead remake?
Yeah.
No wonder they replaced Ash with a girl.
It's just it takes it takes place. They're supposed to not reboot it. It's not reboot at all because spoilers. Ash does appear at the end credits, just saying "groovy," and that's it.
Oh god!
I mean,
so
after
it is
the end
really
credits.
Evil Dead 4 then.
Yeah, it is.
Did they at least rename the other characters?
Yeah, they did.
Okay,
of course,
good,
yeah.
because that would have been like stupid if it's like I have the same exact 4 friends as the real Ash.
There is no. It's not. It's not a reboot like I thought it was. It totally. They plan to cross over the main character, the main girl, with Ash at some point. Like
Well, maybe she can show up in the TV series.
Evil Dead. They're gonna make a sequel, Evil Dead 2. I don't know how that's coming because the director of the first remake version dropped out, and the future is uncertain. And after Army of Darkness 2, that's when the crossover.
Oh yeah,
would
that's
happen.
right. They are making Army of Darkness too. I keep on forgetting about that.
If that comes to fruition at some point, I totally want to see it. I mean, it's Bruce Campbell as Ash again after 1993.
I'm still kind of sad that we're never going to get that sequel to My Name is Bruce, though. I mean, I'm happy that we're getting Army of Darkness 2, but My Name is Bruce, man. That was a good movie. I love that movie.
I've seen bits and pieces, but I really need to see the whole thing.
Have you ever seen Bubba Hotep?
I saw the beginning. I need to get back to it because it was kind of slow at first, and I didn't get bored, but I was like, I watched it late at night, so I was sleepy. So.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, so now on to Transformers.
Yeah. Okay, so... well, I thought we were going to talk a little more about...
yeah, me too, about Evil Dead,
because there is more to talk about there.
There is?
Yeah, there is.
It's just that Sam Raimi and Ivan Raimi, they said that they are writing the new series, and Bruce Campbell is starring in the new series. I don't know what he's going to be, but it's most likely going to be Ash again.
I'd imagine that. I'm wondering how they're going to format it. Is it going to be like a single sort of series? Is it going to be more like an anthology thing? Maybe like Ash could be telling us tales of other things that the Necromonicon has done, or because I mean, you can't really do that big of a budget on TV these days because it's I know that Evil Dead is never really known for its budget, but still.
Yeah, unless you went on HBO, then maybe. Then maybe you would.
I think HBO has enough taste to put that show on there.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, not really. I mean, Game of Thrones is its flagship series, and I don't really care about that.
Me neither.
Yeah.
So yeah. Maybe Ash. I don't know how the story would go because Bruce Campbell would become a narrator for other people who encountered the Necronomicon. So they didn't, and most of them didn't survive because it's impossible.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
almost impossible.
Then you could then you could just keep on making brand new characters.
Yeah. So it could be like these. I heard American Horror Story has different casts for each season, so it could work in that format.
Oh yeah, that would be perfect actually.
So build up the characters, because in one episode you don't really feel for characters who are about to die.
I guess you're right.
So
but at the same time, I do kind of hope they all die because, or rather, most of them die because I don't really want us to get into fucking another The Walking Dead scenario.
Oh yeah, I really want them to die maybe at the end of the season.
Well, maybe they can die one by one, but they only start dying at maybe the midpoint of the season. Yeah,
so you probably get attached, but not too attached.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that is probably a format that you can probably go with.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
They wouldn't survive. The Deadites are really fucking hard to kill.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're not zombies at all. I saw Evil Dead 2 and Evil Dead 1, and Ash really had a tough time killing just one. And his girlfriend. It was really hard. Even burying her wasn't really going to get rid of her at all.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure she was dead at that point when she was buried in 6 feet under. But yeah. Maybe Ash can come in at some point. I am not sure.
Yeah.
But it was definitely the news that Evil Dead TV series confirmed by Sam Raimi and Ivan Raimi and Bruce Campbell himself. That was probably a Christmas in July moment. It's like, oh,
Yeah, I could
Christmas
see that.
came early. Christmas came early, and the feeling that news is just in my face. Whoa, a new Evil Dead. That's
With
that's
Bruce
amazing.
Campbell.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Instead of random girl.
Yeah. So
Okay, well, I think that's all we can really talk about for now because we didn't really get much else on the details. On to Transformers.
Yeah.
For real this time.
So there's a new show coming out, and
Yeah, it's
I
called
actually-
Transformers Robots in Disguise. I've actually
Yeah.
shown some of the guys in here the trailer.
Yeah, I watched it, and it looks so amazing.
Yeah, and it's like a direct sequel to Prime, which makes me really happy. They're bringing back Will Friedle. Is it Friedle or Friedel?
Friedel.
Friedel.
Friedel, alright. Will Friedle is Bumblebee, so I'm fucking hyped about that. I fucking love Will Friedle. I fucking love him. He is one of my favorite voice actors of all time.
I still need to see the.
Yeah, I still need to see
movie.
Predacon. I'm gonna probably try to watch that tomorrow.
Yeah, I have yet to see the movie, and I think I'm kind of lost on where they are right now because I think I did see the penultimate or the ultimate episode. I'm not sure.
PM me what you saw in the previous episode, or in the last episode.
It's been
you
a
saw.
long time. I don't think a vague description would even help either.
Okay.
So
Because I don't want to spoil anything for you either. But
Yeah.
they did leak some of the voice cast earlier. Apparently, Ted McGinley's going to be in it. The guy who played Donatello in the 2003 series is going to be in it, and God, there was one other guy. One of the guys from Glee is going to be in it. I mean, it doesn't exactly sound like a good cast per se,
No, it doesn't.
but
But there's potential.
I mean, it's got potential. I mean, do you know who was in Prime? They had Frank Welker. They had well, Frank Welker is good, but Stephen Bloom is Steve Bloom is Starscream. They had David Soboleff as Shockwave, who nailed it. Honestly, he is the first person who could ever take over for Burton, in my opinion, because he nailed the fuck out of that role. He nailed it. Let's see. They had Gina Torres in there. Suma Lee. Oh God, what's her last name? I think it's Montar. No, it can't be Montaro. What am I saying? That sounds like a fucking Mortal Kombat character. Hold on, I can.
it's just that I liked what I liked about Prime.
Suma Lee Montano. That's it. Okay, I was close. I was really close there. Kevin Michael Richardson.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Josh Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love Josh Keaton. Jeffrey Combs as Ratchet. I fucking love Jeffrey Combs.
What's interesting is that we do have Transformers Prime listed on our commentary show.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a
Yeah.
commentary, and so is didn't we have Transformers Animated on there as well?
I think so. If
much
it's not-
later. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll
later.
be much later.
Much later, yeah. We're gonna watch that, both of those shows. And also, speaking of Transformers, Takara Tomy is working on an Optimus Prime that turns into a video game console, specifically, I think it was a PlayStation, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. And there was actually also a Megatron that turned into a Mega Drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, seriously, that's also happening. And one other thing, they also revealed that they're making new toys for the aerial bots, which all turn into Superion, the Stunticons, which turn into Menasor, and an Optimus Prime that, while it looks shitty and it's sort of a retool of the Menasor, who is the main Stunticon, is also able to combine with the smaller arm and leg units of that. So I think that's pretty cool. That's going to be nice. No one knows what I'm talking about, but that's okay. Because I'm excited, and I don't care. You know?
And I actually want to get, I actually want to watch the shows, like the new Transformers. Can't wait to watch it. I wish I had the hub, but if it's gonna be on Hulu, if I do get Hulu Plus,
Actually, Prime. Actually, a lot of the hub stuff is honestly on Netflix. So
yeah. And do they still have My Little Pony Friendship is Magic on there?
Yeah, they do, and they've also got Pound Puppies and Littlest Pet Shop and all that stuff.
We're still on for Pound Puppies, right?
Oh yeah, we're still doing Pound Puppies.
I mean, a lot of hub shows are on the
are
on the list.
Yeah,
well
that's because I want to torture Dari with. I want to see how many hub shows Dari ends up hating.
Well, I guess since we're still talking about Hasbro, did they announce anything related to My Little Pony on San Diego Comic-Con?
All I saw was that they revealed a new trailer for Rainbow Rocks. That's all I've seen. I don't know. There might have been more, but you have to remember we could also be seeing something tomorrow as well.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for all of this, so we'll see.
Sure. We might just see something tomorrow.
Before we get to the final part, which is the whole DC stuff, I want to bring up that there was a panel for WWE and Sting appeared, and no one has ever expected Sting to ever appear for anything WWE, considering that he once said that Vince McMahon would ruin his character.
The funny thing about it is that they actually, that would have been a lot more surprising if we didn't get the reveal that he was going to be in WWE 2K14.
2K15,
15 as a DLC character. I think that would have made it a lot more surprising, but
yeah, they should have just held off until after that appearance, which it's cool that they did that. And hopefully he gets into the Hall of Fame since WWE owns WCW.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it probably will. I'm really surprised that they're collaborating now because they seem to be all TNA for life and shit.
Yeah, but now it's like he's been talking to Triple H, so at least Triple H is willing to put any differences aside in order to.
Well, I mean, Triple H, I guess apparently he's kind of a better boss in some ways than old Vinnie Mac, which is kind of weird because I think Vinnie Mac did a good job.
Yeah, but it's just that he's been falling off for years because he had a lot of bad ideas. But what can you do? But
it could be worse. It could be Vince Russo.
Yeah, fuck him. But anyway, they have a Mattel action figure, which is cool. First ever WWE branded Sting figure, but for all
interesting.
So for all you wrestling fans out there that are watching, go ahead and pick it up now while they last. And now for the final thing. But there is one thing that's DC related we need to talk about before the big thing, and that's the full Batman outfit.
Oh yeah, I actually, I do love it because it is a little bit reminiscent of the New 52 costume.
Really, because I think it looks a lot more like the Dark Knight Returns costume.
It's just that it doesn't have the panties.
Oh yeah, I guess that's a good. Well, they seem to be getting rid of the. I mean, they didn't have the panties in the Man of Steel design either, did they?
No, they didn't.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, seeing Superman without panties is kind of weird. You know. That's how I feel. I feel like Superman needs his panties.
Yeah, but I think it rides up his crotch, though. It's like
I guess, but it's like he's got balls of steel, doesn't he?
I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, it also has similarities to the Frank Miller version in the with the Bat logo.
Yeah. And
Ben Affleck himself has stubble. I think that's what it's called, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. So a little shaved beard that is reminiscent to the Frank Miller version as well. So I'm looking forward to the movie, despite it being good. Despite it going to be a train wreck.
It's going to be a real spectacle,
and that's exactly what we're leading to right now. The final big thing: Superman versus Batman.
I thought it was Batman versus Superman.
Whatever they're going to call it.
Well, Dawn of Justice is what it's going to be.
Dawn of Justice.
It's a subtitle.
Yeah,
it's stupid. It's dumb. I don't know why they would put a stupid subtitle like that. They could have called it The World's Finest. And it would have been better.
Well, yeah, that's true, but I mean, let's be honest. I mean, do you really think that if, in the same exact movie universe they decided to make Superman commit genocide on his own species, do you really think they were going to come up with a good idea?
No.
I mean, let me just reiterate here. Superman murdered his own species.
Yeah, I
Yep.
know.
It's like, I didn't mind...
And he
Man
did
of
it with
Steel,
a
but that
smile
was-
on his face.
It's like I didn't mind Man of Steel, but that moment was so stupid.
Well, there was
I
also the
never
part
read-
where his dad died, and it's like...
Is this
Well,
the
yeah.
movie?
Yeah, this was from the movie Man of Steel, which came out...
And he
Last
killed
year.
his entire family, or his
No, he killed his
Why?
entire... Well,
Yeah, the Krypton race.
basically, General Zod wanted to turn Earth into New Krypton, and he was going to revive their race.
Mhm.
But, instead of letting him do that, Superman blows up the ship that was going to be able to, save the, recreate the species.
Huh.
Instead of just, trying to salvage it or try to save their race. Instead, he just blows up the ship, and that's when General Zod just goes, batshit insane and starts, wailing the crap out of him. And then they end up, killing a lot of people in Metropolis, too.
Because
So
of their
Superman
battle.
yeah, because of the battle. And then Superman ends up, snapping Zod's neck. And he doesn't care about that either. I mean, come to think of it, that actually makes sense, considering he just genocided his entire species. Why would he care about snapping one more guy's neck?
Exactly.
What are they making Superman 2?
I don't even know anymore. It's like this new movie. I mean,
I'm not gonna criticize it heavily because the flaws are already apparent and there's no need to point them out too far. And despite that it's gonna be the same people that made Man of Steel, Superman and Batman on the big screen is a historic thing.
it is.
That's
Don't-
true.
Don't get me
Don't
wrong.
get
it
me
is.
wrong.
I'm not going to take that away. But
I'd
it's
just like to say
it's
one more thing about Man of Steel before you continue, Shell.
Yes.
When Zach Miller, is it?
Yeah,
Is that his name?
Zack
Snyder.
Zack
Zack
Snyder.
Snyder.
Why did I think
Yeah.
Miller? Why am I thinking Miller? Zack Snyder wanted to do that thing, but Christopher Nolan said he was going too far. When Christopher Nolan tells you that you're going too dark, you are going way too dark, man.
I don't know. Zack Snyder strikes me as the kind of guy who loves 300 effects more than story.
Oh, he did make 300. But I have to say, Zack Snyder did a really impressive job on Watchmen. I loved Watchmen, the movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I say something wrong?
No,
I mean, like,
I love watching the
Oh.
movie.
I
The
think
book
it's-
is better, but it's still a good movie.
I thought it was kind of
I saw the movie before I read the comic.
Same here.
And I think that the movie's ending was a lot less retarded than the comics.
Yeah, but
I understand what
otherwise,
the comic was going for, but I don't think they could have ever have done that in the actual movie without it looking incredibly stupid.
It's just like when I watched Kick-Ass and read the book after I watched the movie. It's like I like the book for that more, except for the ending. I like the movie's ending more in that case. Same with Watchmen, but that doesn't change the fact that I still like them both in different aspects.
I never
But
saw
anyway.
the movie, so
You want to check it out. You should check it out.
I don't
That's not
know,
red.
Rico. It's probably I have a contrastic opinion towards Watchmen, where it is kind of long, unfocused, and borders on mildly boring.
Did you
for
see the
me.
director's cut or the theatrical version?
I saw both.
Oh.
So
Okay, fair enough. No,
so-
I wasn't criticizing you there. I'm just saying that sometimes director's cuts kind of don't exactly aren't really an improvement.
Yeah, so it's up to you, Nick. I'm not gonna stop you from ever considering to watch it, but yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
think you should at least give it a shot. I mean, especially if he should probably read the comic first.
oh yeah,
though.
and I mean I didn't even know. I don't even know that it was a comic. I mean, even Red's a comic, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Red or
is a
Red?
comic.
Yeah, Red. Yeah, Red was a comic.
A lot of people don't know The Walking Dead is a comic.
Constantine was a
Of
comic.
course.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah.
Kick-Ass was a comic.
Yeah,
Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass was a comic.
Scott Pilgrim was a comic.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Like,
Okay,
they
I
had, like,
forgot,
books.
Archie was a comic, which is
You know, Archie got shot. Archie's going to get shot saving his gay his gay friend now.
Yeah.
who's his gay friend?
I don't know. They came up with him like I think 5 years ago or something. Like the first gay character, the first openly gay character in Archie comics.
Yeah.
I don't like the Scott Pilgrim movie.
And I've never seen it because I don't like Michael Cera that much.
Yeah, he's what he's what brings the film under. I mean, despite it being Edgar Wright couldn't even save. It couldn't even bring Michael Cera to be amazing. At all.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that can save Michael Cera is like a great supporting cast. That's why that's why he didn't ruin Arrested Development.
I will say this, Ice Pick, it's like, I personally enjoyed the movie a lot. Michael Cera, to me, I don't like him, but the supporting cast is amazing. I'm pretty sure you're gonna identify with a few characters in that.
Are they the evil X's?
Actually, there are some characters that are not evil X's you might identify with, but you have to watch the movie. You have to watch the movie.
Alright, well I guess I'll do that then.
Alright, but, so this whole thing with the Superman versus Batman, I mean, I see exactly what they're going for. My personal opinion, I really think what they should have done was try to fix some of the issues from Man of Steel and make a sequel, just Man of Steel 2, and then maybe after that, you can go ahead and start doing the whole Justice League thing, but I don't know. I'm just not really a fan of how they're going with this.
I am split on Man of Steel because there are some parts that I like, and a lot of parts that I didn't like. Him traveling around like being a drifter, I like that, but I think it went too fast. It just shows Lois Lane going into this alien craft, and then we see Clark immediately after being a drifter. The plot advanced way too suddenly for me in that regard. And the action I like. What was under the action, what the underlying motive in the action was dumb, but the action sequences were pretty cool. Me and my sister were me and Gummy were on the edge of our seats when we were watching it in the theaters.
Yeah.
But yeah, Superman, I'm split on it, 50-50. It has a lot of flaws. At the same time, I can overlook some, so I don't really. And I'm not going to go out of my way to Superman. Man of Steel sucks because of this and this. We know it sucks. The flaws are apparent. The flaws are really apparent. I mean, the dumb one was the dumb flaw. One of the dumbest flaws in the movie was the dad. The
dad, basically
dad
kills himself.
Yeah, well, I didn't get it.
Don't save me!
It was weird.
You idiot. And also, they turned Jimmy Olsen into a girl. Which, I don't understand that, but okay.
They turned Jimmy Olsen... Oh, I don't know. I don't think that was supposed to be a gender swap of Jimmy
I heard
Olsen.
it was supposed... That's what I heard, actually.
I think it was some other person. Maybe Jimmy Olsen was going to come after, but I don't know, really. But I really... Man of Steel was fine. It was okay.
Yeah, it was an okay movie. It could have been a lot better, but...
Yeah, I mean, the flaws were extremely obvious, so...
Yeah. But anyway, so...
Batman.
Aside from that, anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I actually want to talk about Dari and his reaction to the suit.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Because, holy shit, he said something really fucking amazing.
I have to hear exactly what he said.
Oh boy, here we go.
Let's still look for it. It's 5 o'clock my time.
Oh god, here we go.
we were talking about. I showed off the suit, which was pretty cool. I'm gonna post it again right here. And I'm gonna post it on the video as well.
I want to see this again.
Let's take a look. And I really like how it looks. I'm just looking at it right now. It looks great.
I think it looks better than the Dark Knight costume.
I agree.
Costume.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely does.
I mean, it still looks armored, but it doesn't look like, like literal body armor.
Yeah, that's true. It could be full armor, but it doesn't look like it. I want to imagine that it is flexible. I don't know about the turning of the neck, though, so that could be...
Yeah, that could be problematic, but I mean... that's how Batman 89 was, and we all like that outfit, don't we?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, me and Icepick, we stated that we liked it, and Dari... here's what Icepick said. Looks like they're going for a slight TK... Well, he meant to say...
TDKR. The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, and Dari mistook it as The Dark Knight Rises, and he said, which is terrible. Holy hell, that bat symbol is terribad. And then Icepick corrected him saying, Dari, TDKR doesn't mean The Dark Knight Rises. It means The Dark Knight Returns. And I think Dari ignores him at this point. He goes, the suit itself, I'm not really a fan of, but I blame mostly Batman the Animated Series for that. And we just totally fucking
we just sort of lost it at that point. We sort of gave up talking to him, and then no. My favorite thing is like at about the end of the conversation, he just started blaming Christopher Nolan again. I said, Dari, Christopher Nolan's not working on this movie.
And then Icepick, well, I changed the title to Reality Will Collapse on Itself, and then Dari went like, well, that, and I'm totally used to the yellow and the bat symbol and yellow utility belt. I don't blame him, but we gotta go
which especially makes it weird because he hated the Batman the Animated Series suit, which had all that.
Well, that's Dari for you. What do you expect?
So Icepick goes on to post the design, the costume from Dark Knight Returns. And I mentioned that I proclaimed that the symbol being too big only works on paper. In the live action movie, it looks silly, which it kind of does, but I got over it and I don't care. The suit already looks good. And Dari goes on, doesn't work there either, in my opinion. The white utility belt does though. And that's technically like not blue, not black. And he goes on to say, soiled it. And he keeps making really.
Oh wait, bring up the last thing he says. That's my favorite. When he just goes on another delusional rant.
Is this like the Aquaman tells a story kind of rant?
Kind of.
So me and Icepick still say the suit looks pretty awesome. Dari says, meh, I'm probably not going to see the movie anyway, so I guess I can forget the suit even exists.
And
Icepick... He's going to do that anyway.
Yeah. Icepick goes on to say that he's going to see the movie anyway, despite being a shiticle.
Yeah, spectacle. Shiticle.
Yeah. And I tell Dari, even though it's going to be bad, this is going to be a part of cinema history. And Icepick goes on to explain about Wonder Woman, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, Cyborg going to be there for a reason.
Yes, Cyborg's going to be there. And my comment on Wonder Woman is that they're getting like a really tiny woman to play her.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen her shell or...
She's really... She doesn't look...
I don't even know anymore.
She doesn't really look like she's going to fit the role, and it's like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I kind of understand what they'd probably be going there for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Has Dari said anything else?
Okay, so it's not over yet. So I tell him that I call Dari a movie slacker because he doesn't watch many movies in theaters. And Icepick goes on saying, can you blame him? He's got a self-imposed 5 p.m. curfew.
He does. That is actually something he's confirmed. He says that he hates going out after 5 p.m.
Yeah.
He really needs to...
And he doesn't like to go see movies by himself.
So we go on a little conversation between me and Icepick about Weird Al and his music videos. Then Dari finally responds to my statement about the Superman and Batman being together for the first time would be part of history. And he said, I don't really like the idea myself. And I'm like, why? I asked why. Dar responds, because the current movie Batman and Superman are both terrible in my eyes. And I tell him that he's right about Superman, but not about Batman. And he goes on, Batman is the worst he's been since before Batman and Robin. I asked him, so Batman...
What?
Yeah, I asked him, so Batman and Batman Returns are both bad?
God.
And okay, this is good. No, that was the last time Batman was good. Forever was the last good Batman in my eyes. It doesn't make any sense.
Can I please stab myself with something?
Gary's weird.
God, but
weird.
let's continue.
I mean, I'm letting him continue. I'm just saying, it's just like, right now it's just not looking so good, but definitely go ahead. I want to hear more.
Let's see, didn't I at one point out that the Batman in this movie wasn't going to be the Nolan Batman?
Yeah, we're getting to that.
Okay.
I just want to tell the whole story of Dari being Dari.
I forgot where that came up. I just figured I'd mention it.
It comes up later.
Yeah.
Even if Robin was, Dari goes on to say, even if Robin was terrible, and that hurt my heart because I always liked Robin a bit more than Batman anyway. Anything and everything about Batman after Batman and Robin. And he goes on in parentheses. I kind of like the unique take they gave on Batman and in Batman and Robin, regardless of how terrible the movie was.
I like the ellipses he used there. The unique take.
Yeah, anything and after Batman and Robin was objectively terrible and not worth my viewing. He goes on to say, I watched the riff track version of Batman Begins. Not even that could save that terrible ass movie. I laughed, and I just I was sarcastically telling him to go on because he said The Dark Knight was objectively terrible, and of course, that's not.
My favorite thing about this is the villains were the only good part about that movie.
Yeah, he goes on. I watched TDK with you guys. Literally, the villains were the only good things about that movie.
Problem with that statement is that there was only really one villain in the movie.
Yeah.
Scarecrow was barely in it, and he didn't even do anything.
Dari's favorite, Two-Face.
Oh yeah, that's right. Two-Face didn't do anything either. Go ahead.
Everything else was pretty much crap. Nolan completely ruined Batman, and the movie with his Batman and the already disgraced Superman isn't worth my time. And I rebut with reminding him about the stupid moves Batman and Robin pulled out. Nolan should have made Batman charming and go to public events and have a Bat credit card and have Bat nipples. And Icepick finally comes in saying, this is a new Batman.
This isn't Nolan's Batman.
I think he ignores him because he puts up, well, he shouldn't have made him a beast-like bully who grunts and growls and sounds like a rabid dog, and have Bruce Wayne be a stupid douchebag who cares about no one but himself.
I think my favorite part about this whole exchange is that in general, Dari just hates Batman because of Bruce Wayne. Because he doesn't understand, and I actually said that in the chat. I said, I think it's funny that Dari will never understand the whole point of the whole Batman-Bruce Wayne identity.
Well, we can't even convince him that Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Clearly Clark Kent is Batman. After all, you never see them together.
So, I respond to his question, to his statement by asking, beast-like bully, I don't see how you could intimidate criminals armed to the teeth by acting any other way. And Icepick goes on, I'm still perplexed by his Bruce Wayne statement. Then again, Dari just sort of hates Bruce Wayne in general, as I don't think he understands the idea that it's Batman who uses Bruce Wayne as a mask, rather than the reverse. Yeah. That's good. Well, to be fair,
that's how they say it in the comics, actually.
Yeah. I don't really see Bruce Wayne much, but Batman is totally there at all times. Well, to be fair, I never really took the time to understand Batman himself, because literally everyone else, including Commissioner Gordon, is more interesting than him. And he said something pretty dumb. He's everywhere for no reason other than he's popular, like Wolverine. So, and I kind of stopped there. That's where the conversation also stops as well. We just go on to Super Smash Brothers and Larry Holland. So that's all. It was amazing because he blames Batman the Animated Series for the costume design now, and Icepick puts up that he has a stroke.
Yeah, that pretty much just shut us up, honestly.
Honestly, after just hearing all this, I mean, I would say I'm not surprised, but I'm probably going to be lying. In this
It's
case,
definitely a bad lie.
it is a bad lie, and honestly, at this point, I don't even care anymore. I
Like,
really
he's gonna
don't.
keep bringing up ridiculous statements just to shock us. I don't even think he
Yeah.
did it on purpose either. And he-
I just don't know. Like, I really just don't know. I mean, yeah, it's Dari, don't get me wrong, but let me guess. Is there more?
No, that's it.
Because I was thinking I was just going to keep going and going because sometimes it happens. And this is not to knock on him. It just seems to happen. Okay. Alright, so in all seriousness, anything else?
Well, not really.
Well, I guess we can go back to some other stuff if you got it.
I mean, we could
For those-
discuss a little more about Batman versus Superman. I mean, we could go over why we think it's going to be a train wreck, right?
Well, yeah, it's a fucking clusterfuck of characters in there already. So, I just maybe afterwards we can just go backtrack to some part. I mean, let other people have a chance to say what they were gonna say back then. Yeah. So. Maybe Neko had something to say about Avengers or whatever.
I don't have very much to say about Avengers. I just can't wait for it to show up in theaters.
Yeah. So, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
Don't care.
That was good.
Yeah.
And the worst part is I'm actually serious about that. I really
Yeah.
don't care.
It's just that this is really. I think it borders on historic just to see them on screen together.
I mean, like I said, that's part of why I want to see it, but the other part is that, frankly, I think it's going to be like a complete and total train wreck.
It is going to be a train wreck.
And I want to see that unfold on screen. I think this is going to be the worst movie DC does this, I guess this century, honestly.
What if they make an Aquaman movie?
Aquaman at least has a chance to be good. I mean, they could, if, like I said this, I said this before and I'll say it again. The best way to do an Aquaman movie is just to rip off Thor 1 and replace Aquaman with Thor, Orm with Loki, and, Asgard with Atlantis. And there you go. There's your Aquaman movie.
I think they should just have Dari write it.
Actually, yeah, you know what?
Yes.
That's a better idea.
And you know what? Outrageous!
Aquaman by Dari. Oh, I'm such a wimp.
You know, even though I think it's going to be really bad, the Batman Superman movie.
Yeah.
I think it's still going to be better than Catwoman.
Of course.
Oh yeah, that came out like in 2002, didn't it?
Yeah.
Shit, you're right.
2003,
Okay,
yeah,
well, I
but,
guess it'll be the worst one they do this decade, but I mean, I think it's going to be a train wreck, so I think it'll at least be entertaining, no matter how bad it is.
I mean, if it's entertaining enough, then who knows? But, anything's really better than Catwoman.
What about Supergirl?
I think that might be better than the Catwoman, but not by much.
You've never seen Supergirl, then. I've
I
seen
mean,
bits and pieces of it.
I've seen the whole thing, and yeah, it's...
Is it really that bad?
Sorry, what were you saying, Syke?
It's just that have you seen Green Lantern?
I have not, actually. I was going to see it at one point, but,
It is fucking pointless.
Yeah, everyone keeps
really
saying
bad.
that it's awful, and the worst part is I actually wanted to see that movie, but people kept telling me how bad it was.
I wanted to see that movie too. I thought I had a better chance than I know this probably will make Ice Pick laugh. I thought I had a better chance than Captain America. Because it came out the same year. It came out the same summer.
Fucking Ryan Reynolds. I mean, you know what? At this point, like, I'm close. I mean, I'm not there yet, but I would not be surprised if I eventually give up on the DC cinematic universe at this point. I'm not there yet.
Up, man. I gave up. I mean, I want to see, like I said like a million times, I sound like a broken record, I know, but Batman.
You want to see how it plays out?
Yeah, I want to see the train wreck, and I want to see them on screen together, because
Justice League is going to be an even bigger train wreck. I already know it.
Oh, definitely.
Well, of course.
And you know, DC made a smart move with Green Arrow and the Flash not tying into the movie universe. They're going to keep them two separate universes.
Well, at least we've got that much going for us.
Well, that's
Yeah.
something, at least.
Yeah.
Because I heard Arrow starts out slow, but it turns out really good.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
Still reminds me of too much of Smallville. I'll pass on it.
Yeah,
I've never got into Smallville.
I mean, neither. I think I watched like one episode, but I didn't get into it anyways. It wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, I heard it got stupid later on.
You see, I was never really like a DC guy, but like a lot of these guys know that I'm not into DC. That I was always a Marvel kid, but it's like the more recent years I actually want to get into DC, but DC is doing a lot to make me want to stay away.
Yeah, especially after what was the latest one? Man of Steel. Then it was Green Lantern. No, actually, wait a minute. It was Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight Rises is okay, but it wasn't better than the Dark Knight.
Yeah, Dark Knight was definitely amazing. Like Dark Knight Rises, it was a good movie, but not a great movie.
Yeah,
That's how I felt.
I think it lacked a really good villain.
Yeah.
I think Bane was fine, and the whole meme of him having that weird voice.
Oh, yes! I will make you suffer, and only then will you die.
Yeah, I don't think it was bad, but it was weird.
I thought he sounded ridiculous.
The only
He didn't
thing I
sound right.
really had against it was the intro just felt like the exact same thing as the Dark Knight's intro with how they introduced the villain.
I did kind of like the whole swerve around the end, though. I like that. I actually didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Probably because, I was expecting it to not deviate from the comics all that much.
Yeah. Whatever. Like, I mean, I think the 90s and the early 2000s were the best time to even try to get into DC for me. But I missed the boat for a lot of stuff, and I have some regrets and other things I don't regret at all. Like, you kept telling me that Superman was actually good in the 90s, didn't you? Or was that someone else?
I said that I liked the animated series once I watched it, like, several years later, because when I was a kid, I wasn't even going to give it a chance.
Because
then I ended up watching it, and I'm like, oh god, this is actually really good.
Because people were telling me that the Death and Return of Superman was actually not bad at all.
When I saw the animated series as a kid, the Superman one, I thought it was really slow. I didn't have the patience I didn't have the patience I have now back then. So I thought it was pretty boring. I thought it was pretty boring back then. But now that I see it, I understand. I thought Samurai Jack back then was boring, but now I appreciate the attentiveness they give those shows, the amount of effort that they put behind those shows. So that gives me a new appreciation of what I overlooked back then.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like, I'm glad that I ended up watching it.
Alright, Anything else? Last words?
No, I think we're good.
Tomorrow's a big day. I haven't seen the full schedule, but I have the Avengers 2 panel is gonna come up late in the day. So
I guess that's
that.
true. I mean, that'll be.
We can see the full. We can see the full poster for the movie. All we've seen is
I'm really hoping that War Machine ends up being in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see Falcon back too.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Alright. So can't really think of anything else. Like we pretty much talked about what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So I guess it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until next time, this has been the Untitled S-Rank podcast. Signing off.
Alright, see you next time.
Bye.
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 Suck my dick.